All right, part 3 of our video. So we are going to do our evaluation. So first of all, class, and we're all going to do this individually. Remember, this is not group work. So we've worked in groups, and now we're going to do this individually. And I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and I'll write these on the board. So the first question is, why did the purple laser leave an image on the photo film, but not the red and green lasers? So I want your theory. So you came up with a theory to start with, and you're welcome to write down, I thought it was, and then tell me what now, if your opinion has changed. But tell me your answer now, what you think makes the difference. So I would write this on the board, but neater than that. Okay, question number 2. I want you to draw and label the light spectrum. So think about the puzzle that you did. I want you to draw the waves and label the names of those categories of waves, okay? All right, so, and I'm just gonna show you. This is what I would, let's see if I can get my coffee cup to hold the recorder. All right, so this is what I'm expecting my students to be able to do. Okay, so they're gonna draw, and so I want them to show big waves, and the waves getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. Right, so even this shows me that they understood it went from bigger to smaller. Some kids might label longer and shorter wavelength, okay? All right, so if this is my paper and I'm a kid, I'm not satisfied with that, but I'm having trouble drawing on my computer screen there, so we're gonna try again. I like that a little bit better. It goes from bigger ones to smaller ones. Not perfect, but, and then I'm gonna label these. Okay, it was radio. What was next? This was infrared. Oh, microwave. And then visible, very small. And then UV and X-ray and gamma. All right, so this is how I would expect a kid to answer question number 2. And then question number 3. Tell me one cool fact about your wave, the wave that you were assigned. And so I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to say mine was UV. Kills germs, cleans stinky Tivas or Chacos, causes skin cancer. Okay, so this is my evaluate. All right, so why do you think that the purple laser made the impression? All right, now here's what you're going to have to do for me. Since you don't have real students, I need for you to answer your own questions. So the purple laser, I'm looking for something like more energy on the purple end. Okay, UV has more energy than infrared. And gamma has more energy than radio. What I'm also looking for, a problem would be if a student said that infrared, that the purple end traveled faster, because it doesn't. So I would need to clear that up. If they said something about it traveling faster, then we would need to go back and talk about how the speed of light is the speed of light on that one. But what I'm looking for is more energy or shorter wavelength. That would also work. But the energy is the point I was trying to get across to them. All right, on their diagram, I would be looking for the size of waves to increase steadily or decrease, depending on which way they started, and the correct labels in the correct places. However, I did decide that if a kid got stuck, if I were walking around the room and I had kids that were stuck with the words, I would expect them to be able to draw bigger and bigger down to smaller wavelength, but I might give them a word list if they needed it. So that is a modification I might make for some students. If I could tell that none of them seem to be getting in the right place, I might go list on the board ones that I noticed were missing. Like, nobody seems to remember the name for gamma. I might go write that on the board. Remember, this is how you spell this, or this is one of those waves that you're labeling. And then, depending on the needs of the individual student, they might get a whole word list or a hint, or the whole class might get a hint. But that again is a formative assessment, because I'm still trying to see what they remembered of the vocabulary that we're using. And then on fact number 3, they're going to tell me something cool about their wave that they studied. And then I'm going to give an extra credit question. Tell me something cool about someone else's wave that they presented that you heard. Okay, so I'm going to give an extra credit question to see if you picked up on some other aspect. All right, that's my 5E lesson. So once again, my engage was the demonstration. Can you solve this problem? What's going on? My explore was having them put together a puzzle, exploring about the waves, and thinking about what the purple wave, why it did what it did. My explain was going through and talking about the energy and the wavelength and talking about the spectrum of light. Okay. The elaborate was uses of these waves and limitations, and they presented that to me. And then the evaluation is my questions at the end, my 3 questions and my bonus. I hope that helps, and I think that's it. So this ended up being about 38 minutes altogether. Obviously in a class it would take longer, because I didn't allow time in the video for them to do the research or to answer my original question, why do you think the purple laser does what it does? So the actual lesson would be a little longer. Err on the side of telling me more than you think I need to know. So if you want to say in the middle of your video, I would do this, or I would say this, or that's fine. You can talk to me in your video as well as talking to the class if you feel like something needs clarification. All right, hope that helps. And I'm also going to link my YouTube channel, which is where these videos are located, so that you can look at some other videos of different lessons. They're not all 5Es, but they are basically the engage and explore part, and usually some explain.